Okay, well, good morning, Remax Integra. It's so great to have you here. Welcome to the final chapter of our Learn to Earn online webinar series for 2019. This one is all about video, and I'm going to introduce our special guest here in just a moment. But we are getting started. It is 9 a.m. Central Time. It is 10 a.m. Eastern, and I know there's some folks from the Atlantic time zone. It's 11 there, so you don't have to get up as early as we did. So welcome to all of you. So we've got a lot to share. I'm really excited about it. So as I just mentioned, we've been doing this Learn to Earn online series ever since July. So we've had a number of our team from the Remax Integra Learning and Development world present these topics. These are fantastic topics. They're 30-minute webinars. Today's going to go about 40. But these are phenomenal for our sales meetings, for watch parties, for all of you to get together and watch and share and learn. So we love to bring you this information. So this one is being recorded right now. This is a webinar, so you're in listen-only mode. So please take note of the chat box and the Q&A box that's at the bottom. So we're going to kind of get started now. So here's what we're going to talk about, the why and how of video, but actually we're going to have someone that's actually doing this on a regular basis, applying this to his business, that's going to share with you what his why is and what his how is. And that's what we're going to do. We're also going to have time for live Q&A with Bryan. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly launch this off, and let's get in the right mindset for video. If you have not done this, make this a stocking stuffer this year. Please go to Amazon and purchase the book Rehumanize. This is written by two great friends of mine, Ethan Butte and Stephen Passanelli, and they are from BombBomb. So if you have been in the industry for 5 minutes, you probably know what BombBomb is by now. This is video email. This book is phenomenal because it talks about how video, it really humanizes things for you. It humanizes everything from the sales process to relationships. So check this out. There's some great quotes. There's some really good ideas and concepts in here. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce, I'm very excited to bring you my VIP guest. He's a video influencer. His name is Bryan Staight. So Bryan, please share a little bit about yourself.
Oh, wow. Okay. Been in the business since 2003, as you can see. It's been a good run. I had my own company for about 10 years and did a whole bunch of REO business with Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae and all those guys. Joined Remax about 3 years ago, and it was honestly probably the best move I made. It's been yeah, it's been really, really great, and has been a boom for my business. So.
Great. Thanks, Bryan. I appreciate it. So this webinar is all about Bryan. So we're going to ask him a series of questions. We're going to show some of his videos, and then we'll allow you to ask him questions as well. So Bryan, let's get started with this. When did you start doing video, and what motivated you to start?
I started about a year ago. I just knew that as I was watching other high-end, not high-producing agents, a lot of them are doing video, and that's Facebook says by like 2021, 90% of their content's going to be video. And so I didn't want to get left behind, and I wanted to be kind of on the cutting edge, I guess. And so I just got started doing it about a year ago. And what was the next question? I'm slow.
What motivated you to really get started? I guess you answered part of that.
I did. You know, again, I think it was just watching other folks and seeing it's not, as you'll see, it's not super hard. It's just a matter of getting started. And so that's what I did.
All right. So we're going to show the first of Bryan's videos. So this one is one of my personal favorites.
Well, hello, Bryan Staight with Remax Results and the Twin Cities Real Estate Guide. Today, we're going to be talking about relocating to beautiful Minnesota. If this is your first time checking out our channel, what you want to do is go ahead and subscribe down below, and then pro tip, go ahead and hit the bell. We put out some great video content each and every week, and when you hit that bell, you're going to be notified when we do so. So, relocating to Minnesota. I get a lot of people ask questions like, does it snow here all the time? And how in the heck do you guys drive in the snow? How about, does everybody live on the water and own a boat? Or if I don't fish, will I be ostracized? We're going to answer all those questions and more, and we're going to get started right now. So let's go. right, so here's the answers to the questions. The answer is no. Wait till July. The next answer is snow tires, salt, and a lot of luck. And you don't have to, but it's a good idea. And lastly, maybe. But really, you're here to learn about moving to Minnesota, and we have got a lot of great things to offer. Let's check them out. Well, Minnesota has a lot to boast about, including 19 of the Fortune 500 companies. Companies like United Health Group, Best Buy, 3M, and Medtronic, just to name a few. You're looking for a killer job? Minnesota is the place to be. According to the Labor Bureau and Statistics, we have a 3.3% seasonally adjusted unemployment rate, which basically means if you're looking for a job, you can find one here. Minnesota also has 58 of America's top schools, according to U.S. News and World Report. We have Nova Classical Academy, Mahtomedi, Minnetonka, Eastview, Edina, and Mounds View High Schools.
Okay, so we'll be showing just clips of his videos as well, but Bryan, that's my personal favorite. It's funny. You come right out with questions. We're going to allow all of you to ask questions about each of these different videos. But this particular video, Bryan, if you could just share really quick the stats and what happened when this got out there.
Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with what we'll talk about later is getting the right keywords out there so that you can get some traffic, some organic traffic. But this video and another one is where I've had the most kind of just the general public asking questions. You can see here, you know, considering moving from Miami. I was worried about fishing. Yeah, moving from Michigan. So yeah, I've had some good organic feedback and comments on this one, which has been great.
Yeah, congratulations on that. All right, so how has video impacted your business?
So to date, I have not gotten a deal from my YouTube channel. I've gotten several questions, and I did actually meet with somebody that was moving up here from North Carolina. They'll probably be purchasing next year, so that will be a deal. But more so, it's kind of it's given me a lot of confidence when I go into listing presentations and things of that nature, and buyer presentations too, because I've got some buyer stuff on here. So I can just it makes you seem like you're an expert, even if you're maybe not an expert, if you're new in the business or something like that. Makes you seem like an expert to the client, because not a lot of people are doing video, at least to this level, which in my opinion is kind of a basic level at this point. But so yeah, I guess a confidence factor would be number one for impact currently.
Right, and also you're building your own brand for yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
Great. So what types of videos have you done?
Well, so I've done home tour videos. When I do a new listing, I do a home tour. I do educational videos, just like basic stuff. That one was moving to Minnesota. I did one on the cost of living in Minneapolis. I got a seller series, which are brief little videos, about 30 seconds long. I've got a buyer series video. So just, you can pretty much do really honestly anything that's of interest to you. The two big ones though were the moving to Minnesota and the cost of living in Minneapolis.
Okay, and they're going to get to see, they've already seen one of those. So let's just take a quick peek at some of these other videos.
Okay.
Well, hey everyone, Bryan Staight with RE/MAX Results, your Twin Cities Real Estate Guide. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time checking out our channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notified each and every week when we put out some great content. Today we are talking about the real estate market and specifically how we've come through the first 3 quarters of the year in 2019 here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. I was going to do this video outside, but it is dang cold out here, so we're going to head on in. We'll see ya.
Well, all right, everybody, welcome back inside because it is October 3rd and it's 49 degrees outside, which is dang cold. Hopefully it will get warmer here, and that doesn't discourage you if you're going to move to Minnesota, because we do have some fantastic fall weather. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the market update for the last 3 months, give you Q3 update statistics. So we're gonna dive right in, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain the statistics, and then I'm gonna explain how that works for you if you're a buyer or if you're a seller. And at the end, if you stick around, I'm gonna make a prediction for 2020. So stick around. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna dive into the statistics. So first of all, we're gonna talk about new listings. New listings are up in the third quarter about 1%, almost 1%.
Okay, so there's
Music
that
was
one.
too loud.
Yeah. And so no, that's good. It's a good use of its multimedia. You've got images, you've got cutaways, you've got, for the video gurus out there, there's some B-roll. You got some good things happening there. So let's look at your Seller Pro Tip series, selling a home with pets.
I don't like these. Well, hello everybody, Bryan Staight with RE/MAX Results in the Twin Cities Real Estate Guide. Today we're going to be talking about selling your home with one of these guys. We're going to get started right now. All right, so when selling your home with a dog or a cat, you want to make sure that you depersonalize your home from your dog or your cat. You never know if the buyers like them or not, and so we want to make every buyer feel as comfortable as possible when purchasing your home. So that's step number one. Step number two, when showing your home, ideally it'd be best to remove your pets from the residence if possible. Now, if that's not possible, then the next best thing might be a crate situation for your dog or your cat. So that's the two steps I have when selling your home with one of your lovely.
And that video is funny because there's bloopers at the end of it with the dog acting up. Whose dog is that, by the way?
I'll show you.
Oh, it's your dog. Oh, who is that?
That's Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. You're famous. Say hello to everyone. All right. The other one, this one's really good too, is tips for showing your home and having open houses when you have kids.
Well, welcome back to the channel. Bryan Staight with RE/MAX Results in the Twin Cities Real Estate Guide. Today we're continuing our Pro Seller Home Series, and we're talking about showing your home when you have kids. And we're going to get started right now. All right, continuing our pro tip series. Today we're talking about showing your home when you have kids. I have two tips for you. Tip number one is get one of those big blue bins from Target or Walmart or wherever, and have a bin for each child, and that's where all their stuff goes. So when there's no showings, they can go and play. When there's a showing, you take all their stuff, jam it in the bin, you put it in your car, you put it in your garage or wherever, and then you're off and you can show your home. Tip number two right there, is to reward your kids as well. Set up some kind of sticker system or something of that nature so you can reward their kids for showing your home and making it look awesome. So there are two tips for you when showing your home with kids. We'll look forward to seeing you next time in our Pro Seller Home Series. Take care.
I love that. That's great. The whole Seller Pro Tip series is just a fantastic way to reach people and give them free advice, and it comes around twofold then. Yep. All right. So the next question is, what do you outsource in video, from shoots to editing, and then overall, what percentage is it of your marketing budget?
This will probably surprise some people, would be my guess. So the only thing I outsourced in any of my videos, let's see here. Yeah, so far was the intro where all that crazy stuff's happening with the music. I did that on Fiverr, and they do a lot of, they do everything. It's crazy. And I think I paid $40 for that. So that was cheap. And then all the other stuff I do myself. I do the video stuff. I do the editing. I use my own drone. Oh, there you go. Yep, I use my own drone. That's my camera. That's my drone. And that's the video editing software I use. So really, the budget is less than 1% for sure.
Now,
So,
do you fly your own drone? You have a license for that?
sure.
All right,
Yes.
maybe I shouldn't have asked that
On
question.
video. Yes, I do.
Okay, well, that's good. There may be some questions about that later.
There may be.
Yeah, exactly. That's good, as long as you don't crash. So what did you try with video that didn't work for you?
I did, when I first got started, and even sometimes I still try it, I tried to use scripts where I'd have behind my camera right here, I would have a script taped up or whatever, and I tried to read it. And that, for me at least, didn't work. I'm more of a kind of a off the cuff type guy. So when I was reading the script, my eyes weren't on the camera. I was like looking up, and then it felt really not personal when I looked back on it. In fact, a lot of these videos don't look personal to me, so I'm trying to work on that. It might seem personal to other people that don't know me, but so that's I guess my main thing. I don't do that anymore, so I don't do scripting anymore.
Right. And just a side note, a good friend of mine who's on this webinar right now, John Minukduk in Canada, told me about this awesome app called Teleprompter Lite, Lite, and
Yep.
it literally scrolls the words on the screen when you're recording yourself. So I actually tried it out last week. So thanks, John, for that tip.
Cool.
I had not heard of that one. I'd heard of some others, but that one I thought was really easy to use. So, but you're right. It's about being authentic. It's about being yourself, because
For
that's
sure.
how you are daily, right? You're just capturing it on video.
Yep.
So all good things. And by the way, did everyone notice that Bryan didn't even like looking at some of his own videos? I mean, you're all going to feel that way. And I'm sure from day one, when you first started to now, there's been a huge improvement, right?
Yep.
And it just becomes part of your regular routine. So let's look at one of Bryan's listing videos.
Well, hey everybody, Bryan Staight with RE/MAX Results, Twin Cities Real Estate Guide. Just walking over to my new listing, 12025 Edgewood Court North in Champlin, Minnesota. It is a fantastic home. $275,000 is going to be the list price. Pro tip, make sure you subscribe down below, and also hit that little bell icon so you get notified when we put out great video content each and every week. Now back to the show. Fully updated, beautiful place, and it's right next to this park, which is awesome. So come on with me. Let's go check it out.
That's cool. Okay, great job on that, Bryan. A nice use of the drone. I'm
Thank you.
still not sure. Do you have your license or do you not? You do. So what does it take to
Yes.
get a drone license, by the way?
What's that?
What does it take to get a drone license?
I believe you just have to register with them, and it's not that big of a deal. So.
All right, good to
Yep.
know. Well, and another good use of mixed multimedia there, the one thing I want to implore, and I say this with love to all of you, on your listing videos, please move away from just image slideshows.
Yeah.
And start doing actual video. Bryan did a great job of mixing both the images and actual footage. And I tell you what, your competitors are still relying on those slideshows. Let's not do that. Let's be different here at RE/MAX. Let's
Yep.
stand out and let's see what you can do. And Bryan's going to share, I mean, he does a lot with his smartphone, and I think that you can all do the same. So you mentioned this earlier. What is your most successful video to date, and why is that?
It is the cost of living in Minneapolis. And again, that doesn't have anything really to do with real estate necessarily. And I think the reason for that was I did a lot of keyword research on that with Keywords Anywhere, it's called. It's a Google add-on. And that is super, super critical if you want some organic traffic on your videos. You need to have people that are searching just generic words, Minneapolis, or what's the cost to live in Minneapolis, or relocating to Minneapolis. And then you need your video to be on the top, and you do the keywords. You also do that with some other stuff too. And that's how I got this video up there.
And keywords anywhere, you said there was a slight cost to it. How much is that?
Yeah, there is. There didn't used to be. They just did that last month. So it is $10 for 100,000 words when you're searching. So if you type in, Minneapolis, cost of living in Minneapolis, it'll tell you the competition in a sense of and then how many people are searching for that. So that's what you need to know when you're doing your keywords. And you want to do that on there's a whole bunch of keywords involved in this video, not just that.
That's excellent advice. So that's an incredible amount of views, likes, and comments. I mean, I think everyone on this video that has posted something on YouTube is not aware of that feature and probably can really benefit from that tip. So I'm going to show Bryan's most popular video.
I don't like this one either.
All right.
This is one of my first several videos.
Okay.
Well, hi, and welcome to the channel. Bryan Staight with RE/MAX Results in the Twin Cities Real Estate Guide, your guide to everything real estate. Appreciate you coming. Today, we have a fantastic topic. We're going to be talking about the cost of living in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So if you're interested, stick around. We're going to get started. So let's go.
Here's my original one.
All right, like I said, this video is on the cost of living in Minneapolis, Minnesota specifically, but the cost of living in general. So I think what we need to do is figure out, what does cost of living mean? So I picked up my handy dandy computer and I did a little Google search. So the cost of living is the amount of money needed to sustain a certain level of living, including basic expenses such as housing, food, taxes, and healthcare. The cost of living is also used to compare how expensive it is to live in one city versus another. So what we're going to do is we're going to break that down, and I'm going to give you some great resources so that you can compare city to city. So one thing people don't consider when moving from one state to another is what might be the impact on my family and on my finances if I do that. Is my $100,000 going to be worth the same in Chicago as it is in Minneapolis? Well, there are some great sites out there to check that out. The first one we're going to look at is called the Tax Foundation. I'm going to put a link in the description box below so that you can find that real easy. All right, as you look at the Tax Foundation site, you see the state of Minnesota. Relative value of $100 in Minnesota is $102.56. So that obviously sounds good. But if you look at the rankings, we are in the 30th position out of 50 states. If we scroll down here, you can see that Mississippi was the where you get the most bang for your buck. In Mississippi, $100 is worth $115.74, and in Hawaii, ranks number 50th, your $100 is worth $84.46. So you say, Bryan, that sounds relatively confusing, and it is. Another great site to look at where you can put in where you're moving from and where you're moving to. You can put in your salary amount, and then you can see how that impacts your finances when you move there. That's called nerdwallet.com. That's the site you want to check out. So let's take a look at NerdWallet and see if you're moving from Chicago to Minneapolis and you are getting a job as a mechanical engineer and you're making $100,000 a year, what's the impact on you? So let's check that out. All right, so if we look at NerdWallet's cost of living calculator, you can see here, you can put in the city where you currently live. So I put in, let's say you live in Chicago and you're going to be moving to the St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Okay, so you use Chicago in the example, so you might have me convinced to move to Minneapolis because I live in Chicago and it's not cheap to live here.
Right.
Especially our property taxes. We're notorious for that sort of thing. So fantastic job on that, Bryan. I know you said it wasn't one of your favorites, but can you talk through a little bit how you switched from screen to screen and you were highlighting your cursor and how some of those effects happened?
Again, so I had all the websites ready to go, and then I used Screencast. It's a free app. It doesn't cost anything. So that's how I did the cursor. So basically what I did is when I went to the Screencast, I just, I recorded my video, my entire video, and then I was talking, and then I did the screencast, and I just moved the screencast to the right spot in my video and had it overlaid on top of my video so that it just matched my talking in a sense.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
So
And you
again,
got lots of comments on there too from just people. The key on
yeah,
these videos, the key, you might have noticed, all of you on YouTube, that he didn't put his name in the title. He didn't put Remax in the title, though we always like that. But he just put some very popular, using his keyword tool, he put in these actual popular search terms that people are doing on YouTube, and it relates to just everyday life. It's not necessarily exclusive to real estate. It's not limited to real estate, but obviously plays a big role in it. So
right.
I do see questions coming in. So we're almost at the end of the slides here, and we'll definitely take those questions. So thanks, guys, for hanging with us. All right, let's keep moving through here. So how do you promote your YouTube channel? Let's talk about YouTube. That is one of the most common questions that I get as a trainer on how do I get started with YouTube? I don't know what to do with my channel. Nobody's subscribing. Like, what have you done, and how is it that you're at over 200 subscribers?
I beg people. No, just, yeah, that's actually true. There's several different things I've done. So number one is you can get involved in a bunch of different groups, real estate groups. Maybe there's a group in your office, or there's a national group or a local group, whatever. And you can ask people just to ask other fellow agents to subscribe to your channel. Honestly, probably a lot of these subscribers, probably over half are agents from around the country. Because the key is you want to get your subscribers up high enough so that when a normal consumer comes, they look at that and say, oh, he must know something because he has X number of subscribers, or she. Because when you see somebody that has, 5 subscribers or something like that, you're kind of like, you move on. So I've done that. Then I've also went on to Facebook. I did a Facebook Live video to all my people. I have 1,100 people on my Facebook, and I just begged them to subscribe. And then I put a subscription link right into Facebook. So all they had to do is click on it, went right to my subscribe channel. That was really, I got 50 or 60 from just that. And then the other ones have just started to become a little bit more organic. It's in my email signature. Whenever I send a email out to a new client, I always send my YouTube link along with a couple other links for them to look at. I've gotten a bunch from that. So that's how I've done it so far.
Very good. And we have 400 people on this webinar. I think you might get some more subscribers. So everyone subscribe to Bryan.
You guys subscribe to my channel. I can see who subscribes to my channel. I can go to your channel. I can subscribe. That's how we do it.
But the key is to set up your channel so he has one to find.
Got to do that first.
Yes, absolutely. So no, your channel looks incredible. It's very robust. It's very current. The key with YouTube, keep those videos current. If your videos get found and it says they're from 2 years ago, you might get passed over. Yeah. So they're going to be looking for, and you'll see as he puts on his YouTube channel art, new videos every Monday. So talk about pressure on yourself, right?
I need to up my game on that, because as you can see, 1 month, 1 week. So I missed a couple weeks in there. So yeah, that's super important. Is you need to have videos on a regular basis for sure. You need to be providing some type of value for your folks.
Yes, for sure. So before we take questions, just some final words of advice for those who have never done video, or maybe have and have done it badly, or their videos are still sitting on their phone and they haven't done anything with them. Where do you suggest they get started?
Right. So I would not overcomplicate it too much. Just use your phone. Don't go buy any fancy equipment. Most of those videos were with my phone, actually. Yeah, most of them. So your phone works great. And then just get started. Get your YouTube channel set up. You don't need to get all the fancy art stuff set up right away. But just get your YouTube channel set up. Take your phone. You got to get a video editing software. So if you're using Mac, you can use iMovie. That's free. I use Wondershare, Filmora 9, which is really, I think it's like $80 or something like that. So that's cheap. So you have to have that. And then just make your first videos, just get them out there, make them simple. Don't add all the extra junk in there. Just start, and then you can ramp up from there. Otherwise you won't do it.
Yes, get that YouTube channel going, because there's lots of videos on YouTube on how to set up your YouTube channel. So just want to point that out, of course. So, all right, thanks, Bryan. Let's take some questions. Let's see what we've got out there. I'm going to start with the chat box.
Okay.
And let's see. The first question is from Cleona asking, how do you get views? Okay, you may have answered this. Are you paying for Google keywords? So I don't know if you want to expand any more on the keyword search, or Cleona, let us know if we answered that question already.
Yeah, so you don't need to pay for Google keywords. I don't even know what that is. So when you make your video, you can add tags. When you go into the back end of YouTube, you can add your tags in there, and the tags are super important. So you got to add the right wording in the tags, and you can do research on what the right wording is by using that keywords anywhere. So if you have keywords anywhere, you can go in the search box, you type in moving to Toronto, and then it'll tell you how many people in the last month have searched for that and what the competition level is. And the key thing is with these videos initially is you want to have a low competition level. Otherwise your video won't get shown, because there's, you know, all these other people, these big companies and stuff like that. So you want a lower competition level. And the search level, I usually look for something in between 100 and 500 a month. Whenever you get more than that, you're competing with other people that have, you know, 10,000 subscribers, and it's hard to get your video near the top. You want to be near the top, even if it's only 80 people a month. You want to have your video be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere up there rather than 20th. So.
Thank you. Good to know. So from Robert, I think you might have answered some of this. He wanted to know, what is it about the videos that you don't like? And what kind of phone do you use? And do you know if a GoPro would work well as also?
Yes, GoPro. I have the iPhone Max, so whatever that is, the 10 or whatever. So I use that.
Max.
I'm going to get the 11 though, because it has the wide angle lens, which I want to use. And the GoPro would be killer. And the videos, I don't, just do a couple and then you'll watch them and then you won't like them. So just watching yourself on video is weird.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
So that's not, if you do your video and you watch it and you think it's weird, everybody thinks their own videos are weird. So don't worry about it.
Well, and one thing, just so everyone knows, when you learn editing, if you want to learn it, you're real estate professionals, you can outsource editing, but editing takes a long time and you become this sort of neurotic perfectionist about your videos. So, yeah. Right. And, yeah. And those of you that have done this know what I'm talking about. So you'll edit it for hours and then you'll go back and watch it when you finally export it, and then you go back and change again. So you're always going to be your own worst critic in that area. Yeah. So Karen asks, what's the software Bryan used for editing the video again?
Yeah, it's Wondershare Filmora. You can just look up Wonder, I think it's WONDER, Wondershare, and then it'll pop up there, and then you can use that.
Okay.
Wondershare is a boatload of add-ons and a bunch of extra stuff you can buy. I didn't buy any of it.
Right, absolutely. And so my friend John, wants to add a few comments about Video Teleprompter Lite. It is the free version, and he says that is what you use to test it out and see if you like it. It has a little icon in the corner. Like a lot of these photo and video editing apps have their own logo in the corner, and then you have to pay extra to get to remove it. Or, but if you drop that file into an editing program, you can always add the Remax logo, so that's not a problem. So, but I really enjoyed using Teleprompter Lite. It's for those of you that are brand new to video and are nervous about memorizing things or coming across like you're reading things. It's just going to take some practice, but you recording yourself and the words are scrolling on the screen. It's fantastic. So Michael is asking you, Bryan, do you use BombBomb?
Yes, I use it all the time. I use that for so I get a lot of leads from different sources that I don't know. And so I use BombBomb. I send them a BombBomb video. I call them, I text them with the BombBomb video, and I send them an email as well. So yes is the answer. And so BombBomb, I sent a video and then I was like, oh, I don't like that video. So I re-recorded it. And then I sent it to the client. Well, they got both. They got the one I didn't want, And then me in the middle going, no, I didn't like that, I didn't like that. So then I did another one. So they got the whole thing. And that's the reason they selected me. So they said, we selected you because we just thought you were just a real person. And we just love that. So you don't have to be perfect, for sure. In fact, don't be perfect.
Great. And obviously the analytics on BombBomb are fantastic. You can see when people open it, when they play your videos, when they don't play your videos. You can see all of that for sure. Hey, this is great, everyone. Keep the questions coming. Like I said, we're prepared to stay on for another 5 minutes or so. Mindy's saying, here, Mindy, Brandy, and Dawn from Menominee Falls. Hey, guys. They want to know if you use a certain brand of selfie stick or a gimbal.
Yes, I use a gimbal. On the one video that we saw, the house video where I was walking in the park, I used a Smooth, S-M-O-V-E, Smooth gimbal. And selfie stick, no, because the gimbal works as a selfie stick, basically. So yeah, that's what I use. Okay,
great. All right, let's see, other questions. There's a Q&A box and there's also a chat box. So would anyone like to know anything else? And by the way, I just want to mention, again, Bryan's self-taught. I mean, he didn't go to video school. He didn't go to college to learn this. He didn't, and actually, could you expand a little bit more on Fiverr and the virtual services that they offer?
Dog's barking. Yeah, so Fiverr, they do anything. They'll do like your YouTube channel art on the top. That's, I think, super important to have. I did my own on that, which took me like forever to do, so I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, they can do the channel art. They can edit your videos. If you send them a video with like the actual clips that you want, they can add all those clips together. They can put the, the transitions in there. They can add the words that pop up on the screen. So kind of whatever you can think of, they can do. They can do a logo for you, all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. And then like the cutouts pictures of me, like you see on the screen right here, where I'm, there's nothing behind me. If you just take a picture of yourself, there's a website, and I'm going to forget it, that will basically take out the background for you. I think it's background.bg or something of that nature. It's super cool. You can just take any picture of yourself. It'll remove the background for you, and it'll make it into a PNG where you can just drop it on top of stuff.
Right. So Sue is asking, how do you spell Fiverr?
F-I-V-E-R.
So just like the number, but with R on the end. Okay. Good to know. Just so everyone knows, that's a virtual assistant service.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Overseas or, Pakistan or India or wherever.
Yeah.
And it's cheap.
And they do more than video, right?
Oh yeah, everything. It's website design, anything you can ever think of, they can do it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Anything else from the audience? Thanks everyone for your interaction and these questions.
Yeah, this is great.
Going once, going twice. Well, Bryan, I am so thankful to you for taking the time to share your best practices. Your videos are fantastic. You just have to hit the record button. So for all of you that just want to get started somewhere. So do you have any final words you want to say to your fellow Remaxers?
Yeah, just get started, guys. We want to be on the top of the market. We don't want to be lagging behind. A couple years down the road, you don't want to be looking back and going, crap, I should have done that. Everybody's got a video and I have nothing. I'm just getting started. So just get started now, and you'll be happy that you did. So. Okay.
Thanks everyone. Have a fantastic holiday season that's coming up. Stay warm out there. We're all in the cold now. So thank you to New England, Midwest, and Canada for tuning in. I'm Michelle Hoyt, and thank you to Bryan Staight. Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you.
You guys, thanks. Appreciate it.